you were here last year, you remember he was a lot of fun. Following the live auction, we'll have the Fundastar. We'll have Fundastar, where everyone will have an opportunity to make a difference in the lives of the real stars of Great Circle, the kids. Rob?
I've got a gavel over here, and I wanted to let you know that my goal is to make me change this one. It's not in my script either. Auctioneers are notorious for going off script. I got another one over here. This one comes out if we go above the suggested value. I got another one back here. This is the one I'll use if you make me double the value. I wasn't first in my class at math, but I'd really rather work with the big one all night long. Just saying. Okay, so let's cover a few ground rules. I gotta get to the right page here. And I know we did rehearse all this. First thing is, some of you forgot to get your bidder paddles. So what I would like to do at this point, to prove to me that you've got them, everybody hold them up. It won't cost you anything right now. Those of you who don't have a paddle up, do me a favor and talk to one of our helpful and charming assistants, and they'll come and get your paddle for you. And just as an emergency backup measure, go ahead and raise your hand if you need a paddle. And they cleverly put your paddle number on your name tag. So you can always just read that to us too. Don't let the LACO paddle stop you. But I would really love it if all of you could get your paddle. So if you don't have your paddle, please raise your hand now so they can go get it. I'm putting you on the spot. Anybody? Anybody? Don't make me go out there and get them and find you. Okay, we tried. Sharon and Bob, thank you for what you've done here so far tonight. We're going to have 3 great live items for you tonight. There's details that'll be on the screen behind me, and some came with your bidder paddles. I did want to point out that the Cardinal package, that has to be used at 1 game. It's not something you can stretch over a couple games. Okay, just got to say it. Also, there is information that they have about Missouri tax law and federal tax law, where if your gift is more than $1,000, they do some kind of magic math with it, and it just blows me away, because if you have a company and you're in the 35% bracket, your $10,000 gift, by the time they give you all the benefits, costs you $875. I know they're not lying because they're giving it out in writing. These are available out there in the lobby, kind of at the far end over by where the dogs were. So avail yourselves of that, because I know you came to give. That's a wonderful thing. But if Uncle Sam's giving you a tax advantage, why not use it? This is a 501c3 here. So it's important to note that the fair market value of the goods or services received in exchange for your contribution, like an auction item, is not eligible. But anything above the fair market value is. Please talk to your CPA, because God knows I'm not one of those. And at Edward Jones, you probably have a lot of great CPAs here. So I know my Edward Jones guy is fantastic. Joe Gibson, just throw that name in there. Once the final bid's been made, I'm going to call out your paddle number. Remember that all of these things that we sell tonight go exclusively to fund the needs at Great Circle. And I'm going to go ahead and ask Sharon to read for me so I can spend more time getting ready to take your bid and take a little drink of water, and we'll get ready to rumble here.
All right, let's start with the first item.
Oh. Yep, it's on.
Okay. All right, let's start with the first item. A night out with friends at the St. Louis Club. Be a star by sharing this exclusive dinner for 6 with your closest friends. You can enjoy fabulous food prepared by one of St. Louis's top chefs. Let me repeat that. One of St. Louis's top chefs. Available on a mutually agreed date prior to April 30th, 2013. And if you enjoy great wine, you'll really enjoy the 2004 Long Shadows Winery's Pirouette that is part of this package. Make the bottle of wine part of your night out with friends, or simply cuddle up by the fire and enjoy it at home. Donated by St. Louis Club, and Errol and Don Broughton. Did I say that correctly? Okay, thank you.
All right, here we go. I'm going to start slow, and you tell me what's it worth. The auction's on, folks. Says it's got an $850 value. Anybody want to start me at 1,000? Got to ask. Yeah, 1,000. But go on. What about a 1? But about 1. What about a 1,000? But get 1. What about a 1? But give me 500. Hit 5, 5. What about a 5? 5 here. Now 6 to buy. What about a 6? 5 here. Now 6 to buy. What about a 6? Where do you go 6? Are you 600? Now 7, 700. You want to go 7? What about a 7? And now 8 to buy. What about a negative 8? 800 over here. You want to go 8? What about a negative 800? 700 here. What about an 800? But 8. What about an 800? You want to go 8? 800 to buy. What about an 8? Give me 750. 750. I'm looking at the wrong person. I'm looking at you, and it's her. 750 now. No wonder she looked at me so funny. 750 now. How about 800? What do you go 8? What about an 800? Bid on 8. What about an 8? You want to go 800? What about an 8? Would you give 8? What, I'm saying, what about 8? Would you give me 8? 750 now. 8. What about, you want to go 875, sir? 875. Will that do it for you? 875. What about an 875? 875. 875. 875. Now 900. What about a 9? Would you go 9? What about a 900? 875 and now 9. 875. Now 900. What about a 9? Would you go 9? What about a 9? Bid spotters, if you see somebody, let me know. 875 and now 900. What about a 9? Would you go 9? What about a 900? Able to buy it now, folks? I know you came to give. You just never know. I've sold a puppy for $2,000 before. 875 and now 9. What about a 9? Would you go 900? What about a 9? 900. He's back in. Welcome back, Cutter. And 900, what about a 50? We go 950. How about 950? Now 1,000. You say, what about a 1,000? Get 1,000. What about a 1,000? 1,000. How about 1? We go 1. But a 1,000. 1,100 to buy. What about 1,100? 1,100 to buy. 1,100. Now 12. What about a 12? We're having fun. Don't stop now. 11 and now 12. We go 12. What about a 1,200? You told me no before. You've ruined your credibility. 1,100 now 12. What about a 12? We go 1,200. And 12. What about a 12? We go, think about it for a minute. I'm coming back to you. 1,100 here, now 12, what about a 12, we go 1,200, better go 12. Ma'am, are you bidding or are you just waving that paddle around like a crazy lady back there? You're at an auction, hon, I'm not going to warn you twice. 1,100 now 12, what about a 12, we go 1,200, better go 12. 1,100 now, I thought about bringing gnats and just letting them go in the room. 1,100 now 12, 1,100 now 12, what about a 12, put a little fruit down there on the floor. 1,100 now 12, last call. Hammers up, 1,100 now 12, hammers high. Oh, wait a minute. I'll do it over here. I'm not going to hit that fancy podium with this big mouth. 1,100 now, 12. What about a 1,200? What do you go? Last call. You want to go 12? Anybody on my right? 1,200. In the middle, 1,200 to buy it. 1,200. Sold them 1,100 right down the middle.
All right, next up, green seats for the Redbirds. 6 green seat tickets for St. Louis Cardinals game. 8 rows behind the Cardinals batting circle. Woo! Dinner in the Cardinals Club. All food and drink before and during the game are included. And there's a parking pass.
Yeah, baby. Mutually agreed upon date for the 2013 season. Value $1,200. Folks, I love these little monitors down here. These are great. And somebody go 1,000. Hit 1,000. Somebody go 1. What about a 1? Bid on 1. What about 1,000 to buy? 1,000. Now 1,100. 1,000. Now 1,100. What about, where are you, sports fans? 1,100. 1,100. 1,000 here. Now 11. Now 12 to buy. What about a 12? What do you go 12? How about 12 to buy? Do you go 12? What about a 12? Do you go 12? Now 13 to you. What about a 13? 1,300. What about 13? And now 14 to you, sir. What about a 14? Hit 13 and now 14. What about a 14? Thank you anyway. And now 14. 13 here. Need 14 to buy. What about a 14? 14. 1,400. And 13 here. What about a 14? 14. 13 here. 14. And now 15. What about a 15? What do you go 15? 1,500. What do you go 15? 15. And now 1,600. What about a 16? 15 here. What do you go 16? What about a 16? 1,600. He's going to be at the Cardinals. 16. No, he's not. And now 17. 17. He's going to the game and you're cutting grass, sir. 16. Now 17. 16 and now 17. What about a 17? Can you do it? Hit 16. Sure you will. Go like this. 17. And now 1,800. 1,800. 1,800. Oh, I got to warn y'all. By the way, at an auction, this means I will bid half of the increment you're asking. I will never warn you again. On TV, that means I'm out. In a real auction, that means I'm out. I'm throwing it back to you, or I'm washing my hands. Either one. Or you could do this one. Stick a fork in me. I'm done. What do I have you at? 16? You sure it wasn't 2,000? 16. Bad memory. And now 17. What about a 17? Anybody else? 1,700. 17. Last call. 1,700. Gotta move this gavel over, don't wanna break it. 1,700. Sold, and then 1,600, 58, 58.
You know what, Rob, I'm sorry, I neglected to say that was donated by John and Crystal Berline.
Thank you so much for that too. We appreciate it. I can't sell anything if people don't donate good stuff. And folks, I want you to start thinking for next year, okay? Right now. The time for this thing to grow is when I have your attention, I can talk to you. All of you have wonderful things, and all of you know people who have wonderful things. You have condominiums in great locations. Some of you have sky miles. I'm just helping the committee out for next year. Let's start planning right now for how we're going to double whatever we do tonight, okay?
All right, let's go with the next one. A Colorado vacation home. You'll feel like a shooting star with this wonderful vacation package. You'll stay in a beautiful home located on the Crystal River, 5 miles south of Redstone, Colorado. Local summer activities include fly fishing. Well, what else do you have to say after fly fishing? Maybe biking, hiking, rafting, horseback riding, golf, and sightseeing. And it sleeps 6 adults and 2 children. And there's a guided fishing float trip on the Roaring Fork River for 2, 2-hour horseback ride for 4, King Basin Jeep tour for 4, and a Redstone Castle tour for 4, generously donated by Mike and Barb Hurst.
Wow. What a great looking place. Holy cow, I can see myself there. In fact, I'm going to the Colorado Auctioneers Association to teach a class next month. But I already have a place to stay. Oh well. Anyway, here we go. Who give me 2,000? Start me off. Hit 2. What do you 2? What about a 2? What do you go 2,000? Now somebody go 1,500. 15. And now 3. 3,000. What about a 3? What do you go 3? I got 15. Give me 17 and a half. 17 and a half. 17 and a half. What did I do? You can't get good help anymore. 1,000. I had you at 2. Give me 2,500. 2,500 now. 3. What about a 3? What do you go 3? What about a 3? 3,000. What about a 3? You want to go 3 up here? What about a 3? 2,500. Give me 26. 26. 26. What do you go 26? What about a 2,600? What do you go 26? Got 2,500. Can you do it? 26. 26. 26. Should I be negotiating directly with you, ma'am? 26. What about a 2,600? What about a 26? 26. 2,500. Somebody go 2,600. Somebody go 2,600. Somebody else has got to want to go. What did it say about the fishing guided fishing tour?
Absolutely, Rob. A guided fishing float trip on the Roaring Fork River for 2.
Holy moly, guided. That's they know where the fish are. Those guys, they've been there before. 2,500 now 26. You sure? 26. What about a 2,600? 25 and now 6. What about a 2,600? Somebody else want to play? 25 and now 26. We go 2,600. Didn't it have a Jeep tour in it too?
It had a Jeep Basin Jeep tour for 4.
For 4.
Not just 2, 4.
And you know, and it sleeps 6.
Yeah.
So 2 of you could be out like fly fishing, and 4 of you could be out on a Jeep tour. You could split this with your friends. I'm only asking 2,600. Are you sure, sir? 26. 26. 27. Now 28. 28. I got 26 here, but I need 28. What about a 28? 28. 26. Now 28. Give me 27. 27. How about 27 over here? I've got 26 right here from the lady. 26. And now 27. 27 to go 2,700. What about a 2,700? 26 and now 27. Anybody else want to go? 26 right here with the lady. Need 2,700 to get 2,700. 2,700. Gonna get the big gavel out anyway because I brought it. I might as well. I won't break it. 27. 2,700 to go 20. Are you sure? One more time. 2,700. 27. 26 here. Where'd my other bidder go over there? 2,700. Hammers up. 2,700 to get 2,700 to go 2,700. Sold it right there. 2,600 to the lady right there. Bid number 134. 134. I was reluctant. I didn't say the numbers. Did all my bid spotters get the numbers? I was supposed to say them, but I didn't. Like I said, you can't get good help anymore. All right. What do we got? Now we have the Fund a Star. Folks, this is the audience participation part where everybody gets to play. Now, I know on your programs there, and I got to put my glasses on so I can actually read, that I've got to tell you a few things. The kids that are at Great Circle are really a lot like the kids at your house in a lot of ways. They're normal kids in some regards. They want what every kid wants. They want a game system, a phone, an iPad. But you know, some of them write things like a little guy named Jake wrote on his Christmas list, he wanted to go home to a new family. 13-year-old Tamela wishes that her mom would be easier on her and that she could talk to her dad's side of the family. Talk to her dad's side of the family. Calvin, he's 8, he wants a puppy, so he'll have someone who always loves him. Christine at age 12 wishes for summer school so she can catch up and return home and go to school with her friends. Wants to go to summer school. 10-year-old Devon wants a blanket, a new blanket for his mom because she sleeps on the floor. These are actual letters from kids from Great Circle. With your help, we can help them with these wishes and other wishes. If you didn't get an auction item, we only had 3, but this is where we can kickstart this program. With the Fund to Start, what you're got to know is your tax deduction is there for your gift because you're not getting anything. I'm just getting money from you. Okay, I'm just going to ask you for money, and I believe some of you are here are going to give it. So that if you have $1,000 and up, you can be eligible for state tax credits. Could provide up to 50% of your gift, and you can basically allow you to give double. The tax credits are out there. They have staff that'll talk to you. I picked up some programs. They look like that. They're on the far wall over there, in between the backpacking posters and the cool stuff that they do there, and over where the dogs work, which is also cool. They'll walk you through it. Here's where we're going to go to work, so get your paddles ready. There's details on the screen. Now, here's the part that I like to deviate from the plan. The plan tells me I'm supposed to ask for the $5,000 level, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to ask if anybody here wants to give more than $5,000. More than $5,000. I've been told there was at least one. And dear, how much did she wants to do? $10,000, ladies and gentlemen. Could we give her a hand? 250. Does anybody else want to do more than $5,000? I don't want to limit anybody. I had an auctioneer friend that stood up on the front of a stage one time and did this, and somebody gave $100,000. If you don't ask, people don't do it. Not trying to put pressure on you, just saying, I'm gonna ask. I'll always ask. Okay, thank you. I'm not here to make you get your arm twisted, but thank you so much for what you just did. Let's talk about what this organization can do with $5,000. Now, it tells me I'm supposed to tell you that we can buy food and backpacks and items for a 1-week therapeutic backpacking trip. But you know what that tells me is, does anybody remember last year they had that young lady, Mary, who got up here and made me cry? You know, this isn't a recreational program. This is a life-changing event for that girl. She went out, and at first she talked about how she couldn't stand the other people she was with, but she stood right here and wrote a poem about them that she read. Okay, that's what you get for your $5,000. Yes, you get a backpacking trip, but they throw in a guidance counselor with you that's trained, that works with these kids, okay? $5,000 level. They're not going down and hanging around Missouri. They're going to Arkansas. They're going to Colorado. This is a life-changing event for some of these kids. They've never even been out of the city, some of them. Okay? You can also get 2 new classrooms where children get to have renovation and they can learn a vocational skill with an instructor. For $5,000, you can do a lot in this program. Is there anybody that would like to step up and say, yeah, I'll do $5,000? $5,000. Right here, number 58. Number 58. Thank you very much. Anybody else want to jump in at $5,000? $5,000. Not going to beat it. I'm just going to ask. $5,000. Number 13 in the back. Number 13. 13. Number 227. Number 227. Thank you so much. $5,000. Anybody else want to go? $5,000. I don't want to miss a dollar on the table, folks. $5,000. Anybody else? Thank you so much, folks. Thank you. $2,500. Let's talk about what they can do with $2,500. They can do updates for equipment, rappelling, zip lines, ropes courses. What does that mean? Okay, let me tell you what that means. I was a high ropes instructor for the Boy Scouts, okay? If you haven't been through this, you don't know what it is. You're talking about being up at the top of a telephone pole. I'm afraid of heights. I was an electrician too. I had to go up big, tall ladders, but I digress. The point here is, it's confidence building. They're taking people who have been told all their life, you're nothing, you can't do anything, you're never going to amount to anything, and they're showing them they can do way more than they thought they can do. It's a high ropes course. They walk across a telephone pole. You could lay a telephone pole on the ground here and walk across it easy. Put it up 40 feet in the air and try that. You're like, ah! Okay? I'm in a harness. I know I'm not going to fall, but get it through your head. It's confidence building for these kids, and that's what they're doing for them for $2,500. A zip line. It's a cable that's strung out, and they hang on to it. They're safe, but it's that terror in your brain, and can you do it? But once you can go through the high ropes course, once you can get that confidence, it means the world to these people, and it changes their lives. Merrimack Adventure Learning Park is where that happens. It can purchase art and music supplies for changing prisms. What is that? It's drums. It's the stuff that they need to do videos. These young girls go there and they're thrust out of their element into a new world, and they're in a short amount of time bearing their souls, and they're making these art projects that they wind up destroying later, but the art is depicting how their life is horrible and how these terrible things have happened to them. But what do they do to them? They burn them up in the end. They tear them to shreds, and their lives change. $2,500 goes a long way here, folks, with this group. Let me tell you about one more thing, and I'll move on. Sensory items. Did you see those out there? They had these little tables you could stand on. They had a little thing that looked like it was rolls, like a roller, like you would wring your clothes out. If you didn't know what that was, you need to go back and look at it. Go get the movie Temple Grandin. Temple Grandin invented these hug machines. These kids with autism, sometimes they need to be touched, but they can't let people touch them, but they feel a sense of happiness if they're squeezed. Get the movie Temple Grandin and watch it. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen about those hug machines. $2,500. Who would like to give $2,500? Anybody at all? $2,500. It was a long speech. Anybody at all at $2,500? Number 31, right there, number 31. Anybody else at $2,500? $2,500. Am I missing anybody? Thank you. Thank you, sir. $1,000 level sends a child with autism and their sibling for a week of camp at the Merrimack Adventure Learning Ranch. It can provide the housing and the food for a team of girls and mentors in the Changing Prisms Weekend Retreat. That was the one where they make the art project. We're coming to that in a minute. Your $1,000 gift is eligible for 50% tax credits. This is your last opportunity to double your impact by those matching tax bracket gifts from Missouri. $1,000. Anybody want to go 1,000? 1,000. Right here, 158, 158, 165, 165, 163, 163, 80, 80, 101, 101, number 70, 70, number 247, 247. Anybody else at $1,000? $1,000, 179, 179. Anybody else at 1,000? 1,000. I see people pointing. Am I missing something? Right back there, 216. 216. Thank you so much in the back. Number 236, 140, 140, $1,000. Anybody else? Thank you so much. Let's talk about $500 level. They can send children to the Merrimack Adventure Learning Ranch for a weekend retreat during the holidays. Think about that. Sounds simple. These are kids who have no place to go for the holidays. A lot of them have been removed from their families. It's not their fault. They got no place to go. You know, we used to live next to Maryville. We used to live next to another place where they help young children. And my son came back one time and told me he hated this kid next to him in school because they went to school with him. And went ahead and got myself qualified to go out there and visit. We went and visited him, and then my son wanted us to adopt him. So he didn't understand the kid. He didn't understand what was going on in his life. Once he got it, then he understood. It was Mary Grove, not Maryville. So I said that wrong. You all know what I'm talking about. $500. They can go away for the holidays and actually have a holiday. It can provide materials for the construction of me. That's the part I was talking about in the Changing Prisms. They take a day and a half and they take these young ladies and they bring them out of their environment. They have them do an art project. I know it sounds silly. It doesn't sound like anything. But they feed their souls into these art projects and they talk about the turmoil in their life and then they destroy it. They have to carry it together as a group and get it out there, and then they destroy it and they move on with their lives. That can supply all the stuff that they need to get that done. You saw that out in the front. It could provide diapers for infants and toddlers served in foster care in a community basis. $500. Who wants to do 500? 500. 500, number 172. I couldn't read it, you wiggled it too much. 172, 231, 231, number 15, 15, 154, 154, 141, 141, 135, 135, 105, 105, 198, 198, 112, 112, number 59, number 59, number 196, 196. Over here, number 100, 100. Anybody else? $500. Give yourselves a hand, folks. Thank you so much. We're almost there. $250. In your fund to start here, if you haven't participated, this might be the one for you. You could buy gloves for children, keep their hands warm in the winter. You can provide groceries for the Life Skills program for teens with autism, learning and behavioral disorders. You can fulfill holiday wishes for the stars that are Great Circle children. I've been to your campus. I went through out at Great Circle. I see the need. At this level, you can do a lot still. There's needs there. It could even be something as simple as painting, because they need to paint all the time. Okay? It could be replacing a little piece of furniture, because the furniture gets kind of abused a little bit because the kids are a little rough on it. Who'll go 250? Right here, number 47, number 47, number 162, 162, 155, 155, 72, 72, 147, 147, 103, 103, 97, 97, 74, 74, number 122, 122, number 99, number 99, number 95, 95, number 246, 246, number 30, number 30. Anybody else at $250? Thank you. $2. Last level. Can get somebody a coat. You can purchase, actually it says coats, more than one coat. Purchase student desks. I missed it. Somewhere in here we talked about iPads. I didn't want to leave that out. They're not going to get an iPad for $100. But that's another cool thing that I saw. My wife has an iPad. They were doing really cool things with these iPads with the software on there to work with the kids. I was super impressed. I used to be a software engineer at Lockheed and Boeing and McDonnell Douglas and Palinx and CyberSource. I know a little bit about computers. I was amazed at what your staff was doing with those iPads. You can get coats. You can get a student desk. There we have it. I was talking about that a minute ago. School supplies. And you can get food for a youth and supplies to make Christmas cookies this holiday season. Here we go. Last chance. 100. Don't let yourself stop if you haven't played. 143, 143, 160, 160, 229, 229, 36, number 36. Back in the back, number 22, number 22, number 61, number 61, 128, 128, 186, 186, 218, 218. Anyone else at $100? I want to take this opportunity to thank your committee for listening to me when I suggested that they add a fund to need to this event. It takes a lot of guts to listen to an auctioneer. Sometimes we don't sound like we know what we're talking about. I don't know what the total is, but I think we probably did a little better than you'd hope for. Give yourself a tremendous round of applause.
And Rob, we have to give you a round of applause too.